Welcome ladies and gentlemen, it is Targran and I'm bringing you even more lore of League of Legends. This time around we've prepared the much requested episode as we're going to talk about Nasus and Renekton. Enjoy. Like many champions before him, Nasus has been summoned to the Valoran thanks to the actions of the League's summoners, who have been looking for powerful beings that could fight on the fields of justice. Before his summoning, Nasus was part of a great desert empire, one of the animalistic guardians that was supposed to watch over people of the Empire and help them. Nasus himself was a watcher of the Great Library on his home world, and he always was fulfilling that duty to his best. Unfortunately, many of his brothers thought otherwise. Seeing how their race was entrusted with many difficult duties, they have assumed that they are superior to humans in any way. This quickly led to many of the keepers growing impatient and greedy. They wanted to enslave humans and start a totalitarian rule. A war was started between those who wanted power and those who would much rather stick to the duties they were entrusted with, as gaining power was not their goal. During one of the battles, when Nasus was about to strike a final blow to his treacherous brother Renekton, he was suddenly pulled away. This enraged Nasus, who was about to cripple his opposition in a really major way, perhaps even allowing to end the war. But yet now he was on Valoran, standing in the middle of a summoning circle. He wanted to fight his way out to freedom, but his intellect has allowed him to control himself and not hurt the summoners, but instead hear them out. The situation of this world that he was currently on had been explained to him in great detail. The summoners told him about unfair wars that had been fought all across the Valoran before creation of the League and how important it was. It took Nasus a longer while to make up his mind, but he understood that there was even more injustice on Valoran than in his home world, and his brothers back home would still defend their cause even without him. He had agreed to stay in Valoran and serve as part of the League. When he's not spending his time inside the Institute of War, Nasus tends to spend his time around Shurima Desert, as it reminds him greatly of his home. Renekton is quite a different case. While both him and his brother were entrusted with the duty of guarding the Great Library, Nasus' task was to guard the knowledge and share it with those who are worthy, giving them teachings of the cycle of life and death. He was guarding ancient scrolls and their content. Renekton, on the other hand, was a gatekeeper. It was his duty to check everyone who wanted to gain access into the temple and decide whether they were good and worthy of entering, or should they be sent away with nothing, as their dark ambitions couldn't be allowed to grow, and neither should those people gain any additional power. This exposure to the evil that is lurking in the hearts of men has made Renekton more and more annoyed with humans and how weak they are. Too easy to manipulate, too easy to be corrupted. Their weakness has annoyed the gatekeeper at first, but over time it was bringing him deeper and deeper into the madness. Renekton has found a way to quell his fury. Every time he found anyone corrupted by evil, he would just cut it out, tear his body apart and find the source of the corruption, just to destroy it. While that helped him control the rage, it was very short relief. Renekton craved for more and more victims to stop his rage. That gave him the name, the Butcher of the Sands. Consumed by the rage and anger within himself, Renekton has joined those of his race who wanted to take direct control over humans. He believed that this would allow him to stop the spread of evil within the weak race of humans. Realizing his own power and the fact that not many could stand against him, Renekton has chosen to fight his brother Nasus. He realized that Nasus' power was not enough to not only stop him, but destroy him as well. They had found one another in the heat of battle and faced off. At first Nasus had tried to make peace with his brother and calm him down, but after a few moments, he had been deemed beyond redemption, and Nasus himself had to strike Renekton down. They had been trading blows, but Nasus had quickly gained the advantage, sending his brother down onto the floor, ready to finish him off. But then something happened. A powerful explosion of magical energy had sucked Nasus into it, and had also drawn Renekton into it. But while Nasus had been teleported right to his destination, Renekton was far less lucky. He had been stuck between dimensions for what seemed like ages. It was unknown for him how much time had passed, but his fury was still growing within him, turning him into more of a beast than anything else. What neither of the brothers knew was the fact that this summon was meant for Renekton himself. When he finally woke up in the sewers of Zorn, he was insane with rage. His only goal was to find his brother and finish what they had started before. Renekton made his place his home for now, but then he would smell a familiar scent in the air. He cut his way out of the Zornite sewers, killing many on his way, and as soon as he reached the exit, he had caught even more clear scent of his brother, Nasus. The scent had led him into the Institute of War, where summoners had already been waiting for him with a trial. They intended to bring him there before, to make use of his fury, and he was finally here. His trial was but a formality, as the League had finally wanted the one brother they had wanted, the brutal and unpredictable Renekton. And that's us done for this particular video. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, let us know by pressing that like button or adding this video to your favourites. It really helps us out a great deal. Until the next video is ready, you can actually head over to the Facebook page and like us on there, follow us on Twitter, or go back and watch all the previous episodes. And as always, I'll see you next time.